Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Junior Church for week 3. You know, we're talking about Genesis and God making things and creation, and relationship and responsibilities are a big part of that. So the way we treat other people and the earth and the living creatures on it show how much we choose to be like God. So we remember that God, didn't say, I don't like the way this came out. Like in the Bible, it talks about how God created something and said this was good, and then created something new after that creation. And so, that's one of the reasons the earth is so full of diversity of varying natures, is that the system in which we live has that diversity built in, as adaptability is part of who we are, right? We adapt to where we live, and we adapt to the climate we're in, just as animals adapt, right? That's why polar bears are white, and that's why brown bears are brown, because they blend into different environments in which they live. And they do that through, varying processes and means and over time, but that's the diversity that is built into the plan of God. And so we give thanks for that, but we also remember that we are called to be in relationship with that. And so, we get to choose how we treat things and treat our world. And so, one of the things that made me think of is, here at the parsonage, so here's one of my dogs, right? So this is Toby. And then that's Violet down there. And so, my dogs are something that are part of my life, and I can choose how to treat dogs. So not everybody treats dogs well, but I can choose how do I treat my animals. Similarly, here at the parsonage, can you see that? That's our bunny. So that one's Sam, and then the one over there is Pepper. Now these are house bunnies, so they're not meant to be in the wild. They're domesticated rabbits. And Sam and Pepper are a brother and sister that was rescued. And they're fixed, and so I could choose how to treat them, and so you'll see that they have a nice big enclosure. See, look at all that. That's huge. They have this whole 8-foot by 6-foot space that I made for them. And I made this for them because I wanted them to have a nice place to live and a place to be well taken care of. And so I chose to be in relationship and to take care of these rabbits. And so I make them litter boxes, and I feed them, and I take care of them just like I take care of and feed my dogs. And I choose what kind of relationship I have, because we have the free will to choose. How do we want to live? And do we want to take care of the world, or do we not want to take care of the world? So we can reap the rewards, and we can ignore the consequences of what we do. And so we recognize that, there's a lot of things we can do to help. So recycling can help the world we're in. Treating others can help the world we're in. And we don't have to do those things, but if we don't, right, it might make the world not as friendly of a place. So being in relationship is a give and a take between us and animals, and between us and other people. And so we choose what kind of relationship we want to have with others, just as we choose what kind of relationship we want to have with God. So if you have a piece of paper and crayons, grab it. If you don't have a piece of paper and crayons, go grab it. And I'll wait a few seconds. And if you don't have a piece of paper and crayons and need some, then wait to do this. And you can swing by church today. Pastor Andrew's there for worship in the parking lot. I'll be there from 9:30 until about probably 11:30 or so. So come get one, or reach out to PA this week. So go get one if you need crayons and paper and you have it, go get it. But if you don't have any, let me know and I can get you some for free. So I can get you some crayons and paper. So have you grabbed it yet? Crayons and paper. Crayons and paper. All right. Now with those crayons and paper, I want you to draw something special about God's creation. So it could be an animal, it could be a person, it could be a plant, it could be a continent. And draw something that's special to you about God's creation. So if you have a pet, you could draw your dog or a cat or a rabbit or a hamster or a fish. If you have a plant in your house you really like, if you help water and grow a plant, draw that. I have a garden. I could draw the garden with all my vegetables in it. So find something that is special to you about God's creation and draw that. So if you like a sunset, draw a sunset. There's all kinds of stuff we could draw. And then I want you to write on the back why you chose your creation. Okay, so hi, Toby. So yes, you can, draw something that's special to you about God's creation, and then on the back of it, write why that's special. And after you've done that, if you could drop it off in the church mailbox this week, and then make sure your name is on it, and then we can help share those during this time. So if you're doing this activity, you can see the bunny in the background, right? If you're doing this activity, so, just think about the creation, something you appreciate, and then write on the back of it why, and drop it off at church so we could talk about it again. Why don't we close with a prayer, if Toby will cooperate? God, thank you for creating us, loving us, and taking care of us. Help us to accept the charge you have given to us. Be with us as we try to care for your wonderful creation and everything in it with love and respect. Amen. Thanks for coming to Junior Church, and I hope you have a great week.